everyone, just be here now, going back to a new Gumball review, and if you just last one, go and check it out. And we are beginning the first 3 episodes? Yeah, the first 3 episodes of Season 5. We are beginning Season 5 and starting with the first 3 episodes in this review. And this is the second part, continuing where the last part ended. The last episode, that ended Season 4. It's pretty much a continuation, since it did have a to be continued. So Gumball rewinds all the way back, pretty much towards the start of the episode when they're in the car, and he actually knows what's going to happen. Yeah, causes the cars to still crash on them. Remembering everything that have happened, all because of Rob. And yeah, he tells the family that, of course, he didn't cause the cars to crash, and trying to get Darwin to believe him, saying that he can know what the future holds. And, yeah, the subtitles again, though. Trying to get him to change it so Darwin will understand. And, yeah, manages to thankfully duck, but poor Banana Joe. And he's about to get rid of Richard and Nicole until Gumball stops Rob, and then, yeah, presses rewind on them, and they're pretty much aging backwards all the way until now they're babies. Yeah, now Richard and Nicole are now babies again. And, yeah, NIEs, now that, Richard and Nicole are babies, that means the kids are going to start fading out of existence. Yeah, they're going to be fading out of existence, since if Richard and Nicole are babies again, that means, of course, the kids would have never existed. So they're going to be Darwin would, of course, just, dry up, because he did exist, though, but NIEs and Gumball were, of course, Nicole gave birth to them, so they would just disappear, since Nicole is back to be, and Richard are being babies again. So, yeah, NIEs gets thrown and bites Rob on the hand, and just disappears out of existence. And, of course, they start crying, because they just lost their little sister. And then Darwin dries up. So now Darwin's pretty much dead. And yeah, Gumball ends up forwarding, and yeah, gets paused because he knows where all this is going to go. Even the fight as well. And yeah, they end up fighting anyway and trying to get the remote. And Gumball actually defeats Rob and sucks him back to where he goes, but he realizes that he needs to rescue Rob, but he doesn't have much time. So he goes into the void, I'll just call it, and he finds Rob, and Rob is saying that he should just leave him here, because this is where his demise would be, where all the not very helpful, inventions or ideas would come. And yeah, this chase as well, that is funny. And Gumball is slowly, again, starting to disappear out of existence. And it looks like Rob is about to win, but because he's about to press the power button on the remote. But he can't do it. He almost wins, but he refuses to do it. Which, yeah, Gumball is about to get sucked out. And then Rob presses rewind. And, yeah, he just can't do it, because Gumball saved him, wanted to come back for him, and, yeah, Rob is gonna now go back in time before, even getting the remote, which, yeah, he does, and he's like, this remote is too dangerous, and throws and destroys the remote. Yeah. So, of course, they are gonna be back to becoming enemies again, but not without that remote. Again, a really good second part to the last episode, for sure. Now we go to the next one, which starts with everybody just freaking out, which is another good one. And it starts with, yeah, everybody just freaking out because something is coming towards them. And, yeah, literally bites off Tina's tail. And, yeah, like, who could be doing this? But apparently it's NIEs. Yeah, everybody is scared of NIEs because she's just trying to make a friend. And, of course, she's doing that friend thing again. Yeah, of course he's doing that friend thing again, face, like, again, when she sees this boy. I think his name, if I remember his, I think it's Josh, I think he says. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. But she's about to use a tranquilizer dart on him. And Darwin is like, just approach him. And yeah, it seems like they have so much in common because they're yelling at the same pace too and doing this dance. And Gumball and Darwin are kind of suspicious about this guy. And Anais is just trying to find some stuff, like trying to do a conversation. And yeah, she's just not knowing what to do when it comes to this guy. If this guy is actually not playing her or anything. Which, yeah, Gumball and Darwin just press this thing on their watches and turn into these Power Ranger outfits. That's what it reminded me of, Power Rangers. These things that they turn into. At least that's what, of course, we see. But in reality, it's not. And yeah, Gumball was pretending to be this Irish kind of like person trying to be a waiter, and yeah, Anais's friend comes and spills drink on him, and then puts his fingers into his nose, and then give him a shake that is made out of meat. Gross. And yeah, Larry comes and kicks Gumball out, and yeah, we see Richard complaining about how the sandwich is not what it was on the advertisement. And then they go outside or on a walk and saying all these different things to people. But yeah, Josh just leaves. And yeah, they leave $1 as bait to see if he'll take it. And yeah, Darwin being stupid. And of course he realizes this and pretty much blames NIEs though. Like, yeah, he did. Even though, yeah, Gumball and Darwin were part of this too. And they just see NIEs just all sad. And of course, yeah, this was the one time that she could have had a friend. And yeah, Gumball and Darwin, of course, feeling sad. So they decide to find out some way to apologize to Josh. And yeah, even doing a hypnosis thing. But of course, they just beg and say to give her a second chance. And he's like, if that's all it means, then of course he will. Which then he starts measuring her head, saying that she'll be perfect for her pod. Yeah, they're gonna be in a pod. Yeah, this guy is definitely not right for NIEs. For real. Speaking of a pod and being frozen in it for many, many years. Like, yeah, this guy is definitely a wacko. It turns out. But yeah, a really funny episode. Now we go to the next one, which starts with Gumball and Darwin being bored. And yeah, we just see a tumbleweed just somehow coming into the house. And apparently they've been sitting for so long that Gumball is having to take some fossil parts off of Darwin's butt. And Gumball's butt grew roots. Yeah, his butt literally grew roots. And yeah, everybody, something is always happening. Like the sun and the moon is complaining to each other. And Darwin and Gumball are like, there's nothing going on, nothing or exciting or interesting happening today. But literally there is, that they're just not seeing it. Like a plane hitting Henry in the head. And we see the policeman run out of donuts, and yeah, him just getting this call as well, even though it's him that he's getting the call to chase. And Gumball's just holding his breath, which is not going to do anything. And poor Leslie, his head literally gets chopped off by the sewer thing on the top. And then, the hatch part, whatever it's supposed to be called. And Banana Joe volunteers to figure out if this thing is safe. Which, yeah, it looks like a lightsaber, though. And using different things to test if it's useful, like heating up food, an eye test, a tan, a baseball bat, playing a violin, even doing a save, which doesn't work, and then trying to use it as a nightlight, which seems like it works, but definitely not. And yeah, Gumball and Darwin are still so bored. Like, they're just dragging their heads onto the ground while they're walking. And then we see this bad guy just going to the cars, and then he just starts singing as well, which is just funny. And yeah, Gumball and Darwin are at the mall just wanting something to happen, really. They just want something to happen. And they see some stuff happening that they can't see because something is in the way. Yeah, something always has to get in the way, and their faces are priceless, though. And yeah, their house literally gets lifted, and yeah, Gumball and Darwin's eyes look nasty while they're looking at the clock, just waiting for the time to go by. And we get a little reference to different cartoons. I mean, I know some of them, or I know at least two of them that they show. I know the names. I can't remember the first one that they show, but yeah, we see Regular Show and Uncle Grandpa as well. I just found pretty funny that while they're being dragged, their house is being dragged, we just see these three different references to three Cartoon Network shows. And yeah, of course, the guy that was picking the house is actually colorblind, and they were supposed to get a pink house, but they got the blue house. And he always thought cotton candy was blue, but it's pink. It must be very hard for people that are colorblind, though, to figure out, to choose the right color, though. And then this Viking just comes out of nowhere, just wondering if Darwin and Gumball would be interested in this quest, which, yeah, they just say about two other people. And yeah, we just see them getting carried away with the Viking on this white dragon. But yeah, a really good start to Season 5. I'd like to know what y'all think. Catch you on the next one.